Let's get there. All right, so today I'm gonna be doing some fishing in some of the sketchier parts of the Kern River here in Bakersfield, California. And yeah, what makes it so sketchy is the fact that there's a ton of tweakers down there who will do some crazy things to get a quick buck. At least in my experience, that's how it's been. But yeah, I gotta drive, so I will see you all in a bit. Hey, we went to one of my little favorite gas stations and got some mealworms. You can see them popping off in there, they're getting down. But yeah, I just laced up some boots that I'm trying to break in. So that's gonna be cool. And honestly, all the spots that I thought I was gonna be able to go to, no water. So sometimes they let water down the riverbed, sometimes they don't. And unfortunately, there's a very small section that still has water because it's linked to a canal. So I'm just gonna go hit that spot up. But funny enough, this is a spot where deep within the riverbed, I got attacked by the biggest pit bull I've ever seen in my life. I was fishing, just going down here fishing, and luckily the people that had him, it was like a tribe of like 6 people, had him on this really long rope, but he came out of nowhere and just rah, 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 rah. And I literally was like, you know, like in the movies when you fall back, like I was like about to fall back on my ass because it caught me so off guard. I wasn't looking at the direction the dog came from. And luckily, it was a group of homeless people, but luckily they were cool. They were like, oh yeah, sorry about that, man. We just have a protection. I'm like, no worries. I'm just, you know, I'm walking around. This is your area. I'm gonna keep going. They're like, hey, have a good day. So thank God for that, because god dang, getting tore by a dog was not on the menu or what I wanted to do. But anyways, I'm gonna set my little tackle box that I got. It's nothing crazy. I don't have like the craziest backpack really either. I just got this small little sack, and then I'm just gonna put my my bait in there. I got this little power bait unstuck from an umbrella that I had, and this is the box. You guys saw this in the beginning. I'm just gonna set this real quick. All right, our box is set. Not a whole lot, but I don't really need a whole lot. I'm just going to like little puddles and ponds. It's not gonna be anything crazy. So this is more than enough. I got my mealworms. My power bait just fell down there, but that's what I'm gonna be running right now anyways, so we'll see how long it lasts. Also, I don't claim to be like a fishing expert or anything like that. I just like fishing, and I'm recording me just fishing, that's all. So yeah, don't expect that like I'm gonna catch a fish or anything in this video. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. We're gonna find out together. But yeah, here's a mistake I already made. I bought these hooks thinking that they were just these small little hooks. It's a freaking 3-prong hook. I mean, you can still use this, but I did not. That rookie mistake, I guess. I didn't pay enough attention. All right, we out here, but look at this. Some sacred datura. If you know, you know. That plant will get you geeked off your eye, but it's also like toxic. You have to know how to like take that shit. So it's basically like shrooms, but not quite. I'm gonna go. I see some camps already like along here, so we're just gonna go and see. There's like really shitty just little pools. There's nothing that good out right now. I mean, sometimes fish get trapped in there, but like, I mean, you can see how gross the water is. Okay, now I can't make this up. There's already a dog, so God forbid, watch it be the same dog that I ran into the first time. It's kind of a clearing up here, so maybe I'll go in there and see what that's all about, but you can literally see just right up there, there is a tent, and over there. So those are the areas we gotta be careful for, because that's where you might get jumped or have your goodies stolen. I don't gotta show you too much of it, but there's the water. It's pretty disgusting. So I think I'm going to be passing on this spot. Honestly, I probably could catch something in here, but I didn't bring pliers with me too. That's another thing. So I want to be very picky with what I'm going after. I'm just gonna keep walking. Looks like someone was having a barbecue. I see more water there. Okay, this is someone's house. We'll back away from here. All right, so there's some water up there. Beautiful chore to get to, but nonetheless, we'll get there. Let's see, maybe here. This might be the spot. It looks pretty good right here, actually. Pretty open. The water doesn't look disgusting like it's been sitting there forever. There's definitely signs of people still kicking it around here though, but I could just be trash too. A lot of trash. This spot is definitely promising. However, I haven't seen like any. So normally this thing gets so jam-packed with fish, you can see them. I haven't seen a single fishy. So I think it's time we keep looking. Oh man, there's a big old camp over there. You can see the tent, there's chairs. Yeah, I gotta get to that side though. There's more of like a little shore too to walk along. Here it's just kind of not a drop off, but it's definitely steeper than what I'd like it to be. Bro, peep that shit. A lot of the times, the tweakers, they'll have like fires or, I don't know, just from sparking up the old meth pipes maybe. They'll burn like sections of this riverbed all the time. Now, if you thought some of those shots looked familiar, you would be right. As a matter of fact, that was part of the Riverwalk Park. So all throughout this, there's a riverbed. And now you could sit here and argue, that's not dangerous. Trust me, it gets pretty active down there. It just depends on the type of homeless people. Some of them could be really cool. Not a lot of them though. I've been down there. I've been going down there since I've been a kid. I have been chased out of there. I have literally been, like I said, attacked by a dog once. It's pretty crazy. So I got blown away because I guess in our town now we have like these little bike depots that fix your bike. However, that thing's already been vandalized to all hell. Pieces are missing, tubes and stuff, so go figure. Can't have nothing nice here. Another reason why I kind of just chose this spot to settle on versus going somewhere a little deeper in, like to the hood, is because one, you got these lakes, so worst comes to worst, I could always just kind of fish out here. And I'm just gonna stop out here for a second just to see if anything happens. And then two, I have to go pick up the wife. So I am crunched for time. I'm running through all this stuff and just trying to make it all work in one go. I also have a boatload of homework to do, so I really shouldn't be doing this. I should be focused on my homework because I've procrastinated to the last day. But this fog, we don't really get days like this out here in Baco, so I'm taking full advantage of this. So I kid you not, a bass or something, I don't really know my fish all that well. I look like a bass to me, but just straight jumped out of the water right now, flopping around. These ducks are like going crazy over all the fish. So sometimes they'll stalk this place, not like too crazy, but they do have competitions and stuff out here. So they'll stalk the lake here and there. And yeah, straight up, he flopped right in front of me. So I moved my position over here. That was like, I've never really seen anything like that here. I've always kind of just messed around and thrown out a few lines here and there, but never thought that would occur. But I mean, yeah, they do stock this place. They need fish in here to clean out some of the algae and all the smaller guys. So it makes sense. We're just playing the waiting game. Those ducks see something that I don't. I'm always taken back about how beautiful this park is. Like, we do not deserve this park in this shitty ass town. It is one of a kind. I used to, back in high school, I would go to that tree. Here, let me zoom in a little bit. To that tree by those rocks, and into that tree. After I'd get done with class, 'cause I'd get let out early, I would go there and just take a fat nap. And then I'd go to work. It was the best, especially on like the warmer days. It was peak. But that lake over there is always freaking crowded, which is funny because, like I said, I have never seen a fish ever pop out over there. A fish just literally jumped right in front of my face. I want to check out this little channel though, because sometimes there's crawdads in there, which I didn't know Baco had. But apparently they're an invasive species here, and we have quite a bit in certain areas. So that's pretty sick. So I'm gonna go just look around there. Sometimes they're walking around. I've seen them as a kid, and I thought they were lobsters. I didn't really know a lot about them, but it looked pretty sick. So I'm gonna go in there. And then that big green bridge, there's always water over there. It builds up right there. but I'm sure there's bound to be a few fish just hanging around there. So I'm kind of at a pivotal moment right now because I'm looking down here. I don't really see much. There's nothing moving down there. It's probably too cold, but I wanted to go check out that big lake and then still have time to go to this lake over here. But I think I'm just gonna go try and send my line out where it's a little more undeveloped. No one ever really fishes out there, and there is fish out there. It's just really random, and the time, I haven't got all that down yet. So I'm gonna head over there and see what we can see. Maybe I'll catch something, I don't know. I thought these mealworms would be my ticket to at least catching one, but I think it's too cold for them in the water. I put one on there and I pierced him where he should still be moving, but it looked like he instantly died. So that wiggling was kind of what I was banking on. Also, guys, these are my boots, and this is really only my third time wearing them out in anything like this. These are the Vans. Vans with Gore-Tex. They're freaking sweet. Imagine wearing a Vans shoe, but it's a hiking boot. Oh, there's a squirrel right there. It's a hiking boot. This shit is epic. It literally, the ankle support off the chain, the waterproofness off the chain, up until like maybe about like where that first little notch is, ain't no water getting in there. And I've tested it a couple times now, but we made it down here. It's really cold too. If I'm breathing really heavy, it's just cold. Bakersfield has the crazy fog right now. That chair out there looks really cool. That'd be like some art, modern art shit right there. There's a big ass rock right there. That's pretty cool. Let's see what we can see. See if there's anything worth seeing. Doesn't look like it. Now, here's something that's really interesting. All these coolers. Either someone had a crazy party down here, or a couple of homeless people, had a bad night one night and woke up to find that all their stuff got washed down by the river reopening. I want to see if I can get to that rock. I don't know why, but I really want to. If it's dry right here, it should be shallow enough for me to walk and not get too wet. So far, so good. This, in fact, is not a rock. This is a fucking pillow. Holy shit. Did not expect that. Serious turn of events. But I reached my boot's limit, so I did get a little water in the shoe. And normally when that happens, I tend not to give a fuck. There's some ducks over there, and they are going crazy. So that means it might be time to head that way. Also, something that I've seen that's really funny is people are buying these boots and not wearing them for their intended purpose. And like, I get it, like they're cool and all, but like they're not that cool to be wearing out in the street, I don't think. But to each is their own. That's the beauty of life. It's just funny that you'd buy something with a purpose, right? Like if I'm gonna buy a shoe to walk around in, I'm gonna make sure it just has a good ability to keep me comfortable and walk around. But there's fashionistas out there. I'm gonna try to take a cool photo of that chair, and then I'm gonna have to leave from the spot. I might get like one good cast. Out there, there's usually like a deeper spot. So all this will keep flowing down. You got that green bridge right there. There's a bit of a falls, and then it keeps carrying on. But here, there's an aqueduct, and it will allow water to pass into there. It's very interesting how California water works. This is actually all, the water is owned by the city, or not the city, the state, kind of. It's so messy. It actually is city and state. It runs to different areas to go, provide for other people in different cities, but it's really weird. There's a whole thing to it. You just gotta look it up. I'm not gonna sit here and explain it to you. It's beautiful though when they do let it go. I wish all year round it was just full, but in the summertime it just gets too brutally hot to where it would just waste it. So I understand why in the summertime they get rid of it. Every once in a while though they let it go, and like I would make my cousins. Oh, almost dropped you guys. I would make my cousins in the summer. We would start all the way. There's a bridge over there called Callaway Bridge. We would get in the water and then we would walk all the way down to that green bridge. And then over there's a baseball field, and you would go around, and my parents lived in this neighborhood that's right over there. So that was one of my favorite things to do. And in high school, I used to take my dogs. I would just come down here, and I had 2 dogs that I would do that with. I had a husky named Mugen, and I had a little like golden doodle named Hazel. And she loved to come down here. He loved to come down here because I let them off the leash, and they weren't really going anywhere. Now the problem was the homeless, though. There was a certain point where I couldn't literally do that anymore because there were so many homeless people down here that it just wasn't safe for my dogs because they would try to take my dogs. So it got really weird, and I kind of lost the passion for doing it. But it was fun. Yeah, I used to just like, crawl through the mud and float through the river as a young boy. It feels very adventurous and super sick. It still is super sick. I want my little brother to do that stuff because he's not really like that. But I mean, maybe we'll change that. Who knows? But yeah, anyways, I might head back right now. Someone's shoes right there. Oh, buddy. All right, well, I gotta get back. I spent a little more time than I'd like to in there. I'll show some of the photos I got of that chair. I just thought it looked really cool in that water right there. Like, who's aura farming out there, you know what I mean? In that chair. Didn't catch any fish, but I mean, that's just how it goes around here. There's other spots and things. This is my first video fishing, like, on this channel. And I still have to go hit the gym. So I'm gonna go do all that and my homework at the same time. These boots are fucking awesome. I got these for $30 at Ross, you guys. That's why I keep talking about them. I failed to mention that. And the fact that they're Vans. I'm not sponsored by Vans in any way. But like, man, if only every shoe just took the time and care to actually make some quality stuff. And that's why I've never given up on Vans. I know a lot of people switched up, especially when Billie Eilish was dissing Vans, saying that they're for kids. It's so ridiculous because it's like, if you've ever worn a Vans shoe, over the years, they've only gotten better and better and better. And their classic looks, I think they're timeless. So, yeah, it's cool that I have one of my favorite shoe brands on my feet still to do just, random shit like this. But anyways, yeah, I gotta hurry back to the car. Enough yapping, I gotta go. All right, I stopped for lunch at Luau Grill. They have like the best food. Oh yeah, we worked up a little bit of an appetite. I'm only eating one of these. This has literally gone everywhere in my bag, but this is the other. This is what called teppan something. The squid balls. Yeah. Anytime I see these, I think of Toji from Jujutsu Kaisen. And you can't tell me those don't look fire. They're perfectly cooked too.